How are you? Good afternoon, everybody. How are you all?
Good.
Okay, that's good. My name is Aaron Cross, and today I'll be speaking about like my element and how I'm creative. So I see myself as a very creative person in just about everything I do. Now, creativity is a weird word. Like you really have to think about what that means, and it means a lot of things. Really, it means it's really an ability to create and an ability to do things, and especially in an area that you personally identify with. And creativity is just it's a powerful thing, really. And I am a person who is very lively and very vivacious and animated. So I enjoy entertaining people, and I'm a performer, and I would eventually like to do that with my life if I could possibly make it, because I just love making people laugh, smile, and enjoy something that I did, because that's just the kind of person I am. And I've just been creative for all my life because I have ADHD, and that really I didn't really view it as a good thing at first. I was just kind of like, oh, that's a learning disability. Like that's not good. I don't want to have that. I don't want people to see me as ADHD. But now I realize that it's really powerful. It's really helpful. Oftentimes, it just makes me creative. It makes me be able to do stuff that I'll possibly be unable to do or crushed by. Like I wouldn't be as outgoing, I believe, if I wasn't ADHD. This has been all along. For so long I've been ADHD without knowing. I started school at 4 because I understood things very well. I was very smart from a young age. So I started school at 4. I was at a daycare that was across the street from a private school, and they just sent me over one day. Like they were just like, "Hey, you're just gonna go over here." I'm like, "Okay." I'm just walking. I'm going over. I don't know. I'm 4 years old. I'm like, okay, just whatever you tell me. And then, and they told my mom that I was at the school when she came to pick me up, and she was like, well, what? Why is he at the school? So I started early, and it was really hard work. I remember it was like we had to know the 50 state capitals, and we had to know some Spanish, and it was really intense work. I remember crying sometimes because the work was so hard, but I made it. I went to first grade, and then the teacher didn't know how to challenge me, so she was like kind of down in my grade. First of all, they didn't even want to put me in first grade, but my mom warned them. They're like, he's not going to do well in first grade. He's not going to do well if you put him in kindergarten again. But they tried to put me in kindergarten again. It wasn't working because I just wasn't focused. I was bored. Like, I get all this stuff already. I already did this. Don't make me do it again. So they eventually wised up, put me in first grade. Then in first grade, she still couldn't challenge me. She didn't understand, and so my grade was suffering. My mom wasn't having that because my mom is very adamant and she's very protective. So she was like, "Oh, you're not gonna be able to do that. I'm not gonna have that." And they ended up testing me. My reading level was I was at a second grade level. So second grade reading level in first grade, but I'm supposed to be in kindergarten. It's a lot going on. So just as years passed. It's a trail of transformations. I went from that really smart and boarding class first grader, and they even brought in this assistant teacher to work with me specifically because it was just better that way because I needed something more. And I've just always been like that. Like I'm really smart, but I'm not necessarily right straightforward with it. I'm just kind of laid back, calm. You wouldn't really know it until you like really engage in a conversation that is like really deep. Because I can get really deep too. Because I'm a thinker. I'm a writer. I love writing, and really writing is my element. I want to write songs, poems, whatever. I just really get into it. I get into speaking. I get into entertaining. Really is my main thing, and I think that's really obvious when people meet me. I know a lot of people because I'm just so social. And I feel like being social is also my element because I just like to do it. That's the thing that I would do. That's the thing that I would rather do. Like I could have tried harder in high school. I feel like that sometimes, but like I eventually shoved that thought away because I wanted to socialize. I didn't want all that work, and that's what I want to do for me. I don't want to be unhappy like with all this work and stuff. So it's just been a very interesting journey finding myself, and I'm still finding myself every day. So that's pretty much what I have to say. And thank you for listening, all of you. It was great. You're all great. Thank you.